Hey everyone, it's Clint Salter, your host for Dance Teachers Unite for 2015, and welcome to our day, which is all about attracting new students into our studio. And I know most of you want to do that, right? Actually, I know all of you want more students in your studio. One thing though that you might not think of when attracting new students are the actual words that you're using, those words that you're putting on those Facebook ads or those flyers or those posters or those online banners, anything that has words on it. How much are you really thinking about the text, the copy is what we call it, on those adverts? So I'm bringing on who I think is like the guru around copywriting. He has written, he's laughing as I say that, he's written a couple of books. He helps entrepreneurs write better copy and has worked on campaigns that have brought in hundreds of millions of dollars. So you guys are in the right hands today. I'd love to welcome our masterclass with the amazing Ray Edwards. Hey Ray, how are you?
Oh, I'm outstanding. I'm so privileged to be here serving you and your students, and just such an honor to be invited to be part of this. Thank you for all the nice things you just said. I will try to live up to them.
No pressure, right? No pressure. Ray, look, for our studio owners who might not know much about you, in just 60 seconds, can you give us a snapshot of who you are and what's your big mission in the world?
I started communicating when I was a young 14-year-old guy who wanted to be a disc jockey on the radio. So I worked in the radio business for 30 years, and I learned that the people in the radio station who made the most money, who drove the nicest cars, were not the DJs. They were the people who wrote the commercials and sold them to the advertisers. So I got into that world, and I learned I love to do it. I love to share with people a message that helps them make their life better. And I believe that's what sales is all about. So when we have something like a dance studio, we think, well, we're artists and we want to help people and we don't want to get too grubby with that money stuff. But you know, it takes money to keep the lights on and be able to teach the students and do all those things. And so conveying to the world the value of what you do and how important it is, that's how we sell things. Zig Ziglar said, salesmanship is merely the transference of enthusiasm from me to you.
I love that. I love that. And I think it's so true. And our studio owners can relate to that because, hey, you know what? When they started their studio, they're passionate, they're enthusiastic. They're not saying, wow, there's a great commercial gap in the market there for a dance studio. You know, they are saying, I love teaching dance. I love students. I'm going to open a dance studio.
Yeah, exactly. That's every entrepreneur, by the way, in the world. That's exactly how it starts. They have an idea, they want to do it, and they'll tell you the story. Many of them will tell you the story about the market research they did and all that, but that was all just rationalization to make up a story about why they did the thing they wanted to do anyway. What does it mean to rationalize? We'll break it down. It's rational lies.
Exactly. That's what we do so that our partner allows us to do the idea.
Yes.
Right. Ray, why is, you've lived your life in copywriting and copy for such a long time, and you've touched on a little bit of this, but I want to go a little bit deeper. Why is copywriting so important? Why is it important to a business owner to get a grip, at least a handle on how to write effective copy?
We live in a world, it used to be that we did business in a village and we were the only cobbler or carpenter or dairy farmer in the village. And then the world began to change. We got mass communication and then we got the internet. And now the village is a global village. There was even a company called Global Village. And so you're not just competing with the dance studio down the street or on the other side of town. You're competing with dance studios and instructors all over the globe. And not only that, you're competing with every other form of artistic expression that's available to people on the internet. So if you can't convey in a message, in a word-based form, the idea, the emotion, the enthusiasm of why what you have is so valuable, if you can't convey that, you'll be lost in the noise. And so the job and the importance of writing great copy is to be able to break through the clutter and make a message so clear to people that they're drawn to it, that they say, I've got to do that. I've got to be part of what's happening there. That's why it's so important.
Exactly. Saying, you know what, the parent of the 3-year-old saying, my Susie has to go to that dance studio. They have to go to that fairy ballet class.
Exactly. I mean, when you can convey to people, I'm talking about things I don't know about now because it's probably not obvious, but I'm not a dancer. But I do admire and esteem dancers. Some of my best friends are in the dance arts, And I know the physical prowess and expertise and the athleticism that's involved in creating that beautiful thing we call dance. And if you can convey to a parent, look at the advantages that you're giving your child. They'll be physically more fit, more coordinated. It's been proven that by learning to move their body in these coordinated rhythmic ways, it has an effect on their brain. They'll be smarter. They'll be more outgoing. They'll have more friends. And if you can convey a message like that, it suddenly becomes more than just, well, how am I going to let Susie spend her time during the summer when she's not in school?
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with you. I guess a lot of our studio owners, though, might think, well, where do I start? Where do I actually get those new words from? Because what we see a lot in the dance studio market, and I see it with Facebook ads, I see it with flyer drops in letterboxes, is that everyone's kind of using the same language. So, for instance, we're getting things like fun, build confidence for your child. I mean, everyone's kind of using that. So they're not really standing out. So how can we ensure that we stand out, but it's also true to what we do as a service and the classes that we provide?